Hello everybody, I'm excited you're here. Today we're going to create a Pinterest business account. So I've already went to pinterest.com, and once you're there, you're going to see this sign up page. What you're going to want to do is go down to create a business account and then fill in the information that it wants. And since I have multiple accounts, it is trying to populate those. I'm just going to put in the email address that I want to use. Keep in mind that this needs to be something that you're going to remember. The password does have some requirements that you have to follow. Once you have done that, you can just then select create an account. Now over here, if your computer is like mine, it can save your passwords for you, which I think most of them are. So I will just tell it to save my password. The next thing you're going to do is it's going to walk you through 8 steps to get to know what your account's going to be about and where you are located at. So we want it to be in English, and we are in the US, so these are correct. If not, you can just click it and change it to whatever you need it to be. All different countries in here, and more countries every month. Now you can add your business name. So this is where you're going to type in what your business name is. And then you're going to tell it what your business is about. So if you're not sure, if you don't fit under any of these, they have I'm not sure or other. But it is a good idea to go ahead and select one. That way Pinterest has an idea of what you do. So for this particular one, it is going to be consumer goods, products, and services, because this is an apparel company. You can do service provider. So like for myself, I would be a service provider. If you're a photographer, if you're an influencer, public figure, there's all kinds of different ones. Local retail stores, local services. So if you are, based out of a specific area, be sure and pick that. Online retail or marketplace. Now this is where this one could actually be both, because she is actually more online. She does not have an in-person store. She doesn't have a brick and mortar. So we're going to say online retail instead of consumer goods, products, or services. Then you're just going to click next. And then it's going to want to know where you sell your products. And for this one, it's going to be Etsy and Shopify. And then if you don't, you can say I don't sell products online, or you could say other in case one of your platforms is not on here. Maybe you have something other than what's listed. Then you link to your website. So this is where you're going to go get your URL for your website and put that on there. So we're going to go to Etsy, and we're going to look this seller up. So I'm just going to type in and get it, and this is the shop that we're setting up. So then I'm going to go up here and actually click and copy this, and then I'm going to go back to Pinterest and put that in. And that is, I'm going to take all this let's try that again. I'm going to take all the redirect off and just have boast. So if you have a whole lot of other stuff, you don't need that. You just need this right here. And it doesn't need to be capitalized. There we go. Then you can actually link all of your other accounts. And in order to do this, you just hit claim, and then you'll want to make sure that you have Instagram or your Etsy open. We are not going to do that for this one at this time, but this is right where you do it. You just click on it and it walks you through the process. We're going to say next. I will tell you on this one, I always select no, for the sake of if I put yes or I'm not sure, I'm going to get contacted a lot by Pinterest to have them run my ads for me, and I run the ads myself, so I do not select that. The next thing you're going to do is choose some topics that best describe your business. Now this is a seller of clothing, so some of this is not gonna go, but we will pick ones that are as close as possible. Obviously this is health and fitness based because it is women's workout wear, so it's going to be fashion. We could also do, let's see what else we have here. And for time's sake, I think we're just going to go ahead and say that's all that we're going to pick. And now you can download the Pinterest extension. And what that does is it allows you that anywhere that you are on the web, you can actually just click that and you can pin things directly off of the page. I already have this installed. I'm not going to do it, but if you did want to, just click get it now and it's going to download that for you and walk you through that process. So I'm going to skip it. Now, where would you like to start? Now this is a little newer, so if you've created an account before and haven't recently, as you know, Pinterest is always changing, just like everything else. This actually showcase your brand so you can build your profile. So this is where you're going to put in your profile information, let people know what you do, who you are. If you have a freebie, you might want to put that there so they can copy and paste it. Share ideas. So let's go ahead and click on this first one here. And it takes us to our page. Now you'll see that back here there is nothing. It's a blank screen because we have no pins installed yet. But once we do, that will come up there. You can also now put a video up here, which is a really good way to showcase your brand and to get a little bit of free advertisement for people who land on your page. But then it's just going to tell you, create a pin. So you could go here and create a pin. You're going to be able to see your latest once that's in there. I'm sure you've probably used Pinterest for personal use, so this is kind of familiar to you. You can edit your information by clicking here. And this is where you're going to be able to add in the description and change the name if you want to change it instead of it showing like this. Or you can go right up here and go into edit your settings. And this is going to then take you here. You're going to be able to put your photo in. You're going to be able to possibly change this. There are a lot of people on Pinterest though, so you might not be able to change this. You might have to get a little creative. For your profile, you're basically just going to write a little bit about you. Make sure you use keywords, which is another time that we'll go into that. But that gives Pinterest an idea of who you are, what you do, and who to serve your information to. Now, if you are location-based, which this person is not, this business is not, you would put it in there, and this would then help them to determine that the people in your area will definitely see your content. Once you have put all that in there, you go down to account settings. And this is going to show your account email address. It's going to show the region that you're in. You can choose male or female or non-binary. Since this is a business, we're not going to put, male or female. For login options, you can use Facebook or Google, but I will warn you, if you are going to have someone else managing your account and you use these options, they're going to have to get a password from you every time they log in. So take that into consideration when you are setting this up. Messaging options, that's basically just whether you want to receive messages directly or not. Here is in case you ever wanted to deactivate your account, you could. And this would just take your profile down. And if you wanted to close your account, this is where you would do that as well. Now this is going back to claiming. So we want to claim your website. So in order to do that, unfortunately Etsy doesn't allow that, but for other websites you can. You're going to hit claim and then you're going to choose the option, which this one obviously, you can't do that website. It would come up and you would copy that HTML and take it over to your header and put it in, which we will do on a different account, and that will be a different video to show you that. Instagram, you would click here. You would want to have your Instagram open. Etsy, YouTube, you can claim all of those. You can do bulk pin creation to where if you have a bunch, you can upload those, but that is for another time. Notifications, this just tells it how you want to receive notifications. You can choose whichever one suits you best. Privacy and data. Search privacy basically hides your profile from search engines. We're using this as a business, so we do not want to hide that from search engines. We want to be found on search engines. So let's not click that box. Personalization, they give you recommendations and ads. So if you don't want to see any ads, you can click that. Or if you don't want them to recommend, you can click that. Partner information, so you can select any of these that you want or unselect them. Security, two-factor authentication. Basically, this is going to go back to the same thing where we talked about with Google. or Facebook logins, you're going to require a password. So if you have someone else working on your account, you may not want to do this. And then connected devices that you can, take offline. And then apps. As of right now, we don't have any apps, but we will be setting up Tailwind. So once we do that, this is where it's going to show. So then if you ever wanted to go back in and unlink that, or to take away Tailwind's right to post to your account, you can do that right here. And that is how you set up a Pinterest account. Then you can just go back to Pinterest and take a look and see, as of right now, we don't have anything in here, but you can get started on pinning. So I hope this is helpful. If you guys have any questions, just reach out and I would be happy to answer them for you. But other than that, have a great day.